I'm Michael Rosenthal with The Ring Magazine. I think this is Canelo's fight to lose. I think if you just look at the skill level, their ability, I think there's quite a big disparity, and I usually go with that when I make a fight pick. I think that he could have some trouble with Chavez's size and his strength, but again, I think his ability is gonna be the deciding factor. I think he's gonna outbox him, wear him down round by round, and I think he'll probably end up with a late stoppage, that kind of thing. Maybe it goes the distance because Chavez is so strong, but I kind of think it won't. And I also wonder about the impact of Chavez losing the weight. He looked a little bit gaunt to me. It seems like he's had a difficult time getting down. If he doesn't have strength in the second half of that fight, he could be in a lot of trouble. So these are all the things swirling around in my head, but I think it comes down to ability. I say Canelo by 9th round knockout.
Kieran Mulvaney for HBO, and I am picking Canelo Alvarez to win by knockout. I think that getting down to 164.5 pounds is going to be too much of a strain for Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. He's going to struggle. He's going to come out and try to land something early. When he can, Canelo's going to break him down and stop him around round 9.
Hello, I'm Claudia Trejos from ESPN Deportes, and I have Canelo taking a win by unanimous decision. This is going to be a long, hard-fought fight, and I think definitely Canelo's going to take this win in a very interesting way.
This is Lance Pugmire with the Los Angeles Times. I'm picking Canelo Alvarez to defeat Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. I would say TKO around the 8th to 10th round. I believe that Canelo is the more disciplined fighter. He's the more professional fighter, and over the course of this fight, he's going to through every minute be able to find some kind of opening to strike, and I think he's going to find that spot that's going to stop Chavez Jr.
Norm Frauenheim of The Ring and 15rounds.com. Like many people, I think Canelo wins and wins decisively. I foresee him winning an 11th round TKO with a punishing array of body shots.
I'm Dylan Hernandez of the Los Angeles Times. When I see this matchup, I see one world-class fighter in Canelo Alvarez and another guy in Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. who's not a world-class fighter. I think over 12 rounds, it's going to be lopsided. I think Alvarez just pummels him. That said, it's kind of interesting right now, right? And one of the big storylines coming into this fight is the fact that Alvarez has kind of declared war on the WBC. And not to question the integrity of an organization, great organization like the World Boxing Council, but hey, sometimes you never know, things happen. So my thing is, I think it's going to be 12 rounds, lopsided in Alvarez's favor, but when the scorecards are read, 120, 108 on all 3 cards for Chavez Jr.
Here with Dougie Fisher, Ring TV editor of ringtv.com online. Can I get your prediction for Canelo versus Chavez Jr., sir?
Well, you know what? My prediction is Canelo by decision, but to have a really accurate prediction, we want to see what Chavez Jr. looks like when he steps on that scale. We know he's not having an easy time boiling that 6'1" frame down to 164.5 pounds. But he doesn't want to give up millions of dollars, so he will make that weight. He's got a real professional team behind him, ensuring that he makes the weight. But I think his performance depends on how he took off the weight, if he did so intelligently, and how intelligently he puts back on those pounds. He can't overdo it. He can't rush it. It's got to be real scientific. But he does have some smart boxing minds and some smart nutrition and conditioning minds as part of his team. He's got Juan Manuel Marquez's team with him. So if he does that, and that's a lot of ifs, I think he brings the ruckus, and I think he puts it on Canelo as hard as he can for 12 rounds. And I think Canelo puts it back on him. I think Canelo's a very good end fighter, as is Junior, but I think Canelo is better at defending on the inside, making you miss, and counter-punching you on the inside. I think he's a sharper, more accurate puncher, and I think his body shots are going to have a real effect on Junior. I don't think he's going to be able to stop Junior unless he really concentrates to the body, and Canelo's not really that kind of guy that goes out and pressures somebody and really just hammers nonstop to the body. He's kind of methodical and cerebral in there, but he will let his hands go if somebody's trying to put it on him, which Junior will try to do it, at least in the majority of rounds. But I think Canelo lands the harder, sharper punches over 12 rounds.